Welcome aboard the Pop Hypnosis channel. This is the Mystic Mind speaking. I will be your guide here in this little corner of the internet. Before you pick a hypnosis file and head off to your next destination, please listen to the following guidelines. Whether you're familiar with hypnosis or not, like remembering not to feed the trolls in the replies, we can always use a refresher. Please take a moment to familiarize yourself with the method of travel featured in this channel, hypnosis. Hypnosis simply creates a heightened state of focus and concentration. Depending on where that focus is directed, you might feel really zoned in or really zoned out, probably like your attempts to keep up with the news these last 5 years. Zoning in and zoning out is what we like to call trance, and trance allows you to access your subconscious or your creative self. Like your favorite Instagram filter, you can use it to gain new perspectives in order to make changes or give you a temporary experience. And unlike your favorite Instagram filter, it is an effective tool in therapy. That said, please understand that the hypnosis content on this channel is purely recreational. Yes, that means if you're here just for fun, relaxing vibes, positive affirmations, and epic, sometimes emotional adventures, then you are on the right flight. If you take a moment to look into your subconscious mind, you'll notice it has many jobs, all of which should be of particular interest to you, like breathing. Automatically. It's a pretty important job. The subconscious mind also contains memories, patterns, emotions, and beliefs behind what you do and why you do them. If you point your subconscious in a direction, it'll take you there. Of course, you can go doom scrolling on some social media site and allow your subconscious to direct you to more of that in your life. Or you can give yourself the treat of an adventure, remind yourself of some positive affirmations, and experience some fun hypnotic phenomenon while you're at it. You will see that the Pop Hypnosis channel will provide you with a range of options to choose from. Each file will be based on pop culture themes from a selection of movies, TV show, and media, but you don't need to know anything specific about the theme to enjoy. And because no one likes surprise spoilers, here is your spoiler warning. There is no guarantee that all files will be spoiler-free, so be safe out there. Speaking of safety, it is time to secure the cabin for departure. Your peace of mind is of great importance, so you might be happy to know that there is no mind control or brainwashing happening here. Hypnosis is not what you see in the movies and cannot force you to do anything against your will. If you hear a suggestion that you disagree with, it will not work. Like many of my puns, for some of you, they simply will not work. Hypnosis is not magic in some fantastical sense. It's not woo-woo. If you've gotten lost in a movie or a book and asked yourself where the time went, you've entered a trance. If you're watching a movie and you realize you do not like it, you can easily turn it off or walk out of the theater. The same thing goes for engaging in hypnosis. Be aware of your boundaries and whether they are being crossed at all times, like being aware of the seats on the plane littered with crumbs. I have a boundary against sitting on a pile of Cheez-Its. And while hypnosis itself is safe for children, some of these adventures may be a bit too intense depending on the theme. Only individuals over the age of 18 should listen. Hypnosis doesn't control you, but it does make you unaware of your outer surroundings, so please don't listen to any files while driving or doing something that requires your full attention. Hypnosis is as safe as eating, but like eating, it's better if you know that you're not eating trash before digging in. So each file has detailed descriptions about what it is serving up. Files with post-hypnotic suggestions will be labeled. You might see a variety of hypnosis terms in these descriptions, things like fractionation, which is the process of going in and out of trance made to deepen the experience of being a bit dazed. Resistance, which is a file that encourages the listener to try to resist going into trance. Descriptions will also tell you if the file encourages the listener to move around or do an activity. So I have some good news and bad news. Good news is as long as you can hear this, you can be hypnotized. Like keeping a relationship longer than 3 weeks, for some it takes practice. So don't get discouraged if it's not working out. Finding the one takes practice, and so does going into hypnosis. Now here's the bad news. Bad news is hypnosis works better when feedback is given and adjustments are made for each individual person. One size does not fit all with hypnosis, so if you're having trouble, this format and platform might be a factor. For best results, always listen with headphones in a quiet place where you won't be disturbed and you're 100% comfortable. During the trance, you will hear the suggestion to sleep. This isn't asking you to be completely asleep and snoring, although that can happen sometimes, given that hypnosis can make you feel very relaxed. But ideally, you'll never actually be asleep during hypnosis. The suggestion to sleep is asking you to relax your mind and body completely and go deeply into your inner world. You should still be aware, perhaps hyper-aware of what's being said to you. And just for clarity, you will also hear me say awake during files. You technically should already be awake, but it is just a suggestion to become more alert and aware of your outer surroundings and come out of trance. In the case of an emergency, you can come out of trance fully alert and able to respond. In fact, you can come out of trance on your own at any time if something needs your immediate attention. Most people can remember what happens during hypnosis, although it can seem like a distant dream sometimes. Files that intentionally play with memory will be labeled. If you ever dance like no one's watching, you probably know what it's like to allow the music to move you, even if you have two left feet. Trance has everything to do with allowing. You can allow the words being spoken to you to enter your mind, and only when you feel safe and comfortable, allowing yourself to act on those words. You'll want to quiet your critical, logical mind and allow your imaginative, creative mind to have some fun for a bit. Because yes, we know that when it is suggested that your hands are stuck together, that they aren't really stuck together. But if you're hung up on this so much that it prevents you from following the suggestion, think about all the times you've been emotionally invested in a fictional character on TV, in a movie, or in a book. Think about how you were somehow able to ignore the fact that it wasn't real. It isn't as hard as it might seem. The more you immerse yourself, the better the experience will be. When you've been hypnotized successfully, it won't feel like fireworks. You won't feel like you've had an awakening. You won't feel like you're a different person during or after hypnosis. It'll give less big brainwashing spell vibes and more short, refreshing nap vibes. If you're new here or new to hypnosis, I recommend listening to the Ultimate Countdown game show, Trance, to get started. I would like to wish you a safe, relaxing time on your next adventure. Thank you for choosing Pop Hypnosis.